Welcome to 2024. It is a brand new year, and today we are going to talk about how to have your best year in business. Now, we're going to do that by actually reviewing the year that you just had. So this video is ideal for those of you who already have a business and been running it for a little while. If you don't though, it's still valuable because I'm going to cover a whole bunch of things that you need to think about as you grow your business this year as well. Later on in the video, I'm also going to let you know about the Handmade Business Boot Camp that is coming up on January 8th. It's a 3-week program where we're going to cover your purpose, your planning, and your promotion for the year and make sure you're starting off with a bang and know exactly where you want to be by the end of the year. But more on that later. Let's get started with the questions. So in this video, I'm going to ask you 10 questions. This is kind of a workshop situation. So you might want to get a pen and paper or your phone or your computer ready so that you can write these down and answer them. So you may want to actually pause the video after each question and take a minute or 2 or 5 or 10 to actually think about and write down your answers. That is how you're going to get the most value out of it, but you might just want to watch it through once first to get a bit of a feel for it and then go back and actually work through the questions one by one. Question number 1, what were your 3 biggest successes this year and what did you learn from them? And along with this, number 2, what were your 3 biggest mistakes this year and what did you learn from them? Sometimes we just mosey on, we don't stop to look and reflect back at our successes, our mistakes, and what we actually learned from them. But our mistakes especially can be incredibly powerful teachers, and they can tell us what we need to change to improve our business in the future. So that's what these first 2 questions are about, is really looking at the big picture, looking at what went really well, what went not so well, and determining why that is. Okay, question number 3 is, what risks have I been avoiding and why? Sometimes our risks are where our greatest opportunities lie, the things we're scared to do, the things we're kind of and ah about that seem scary, but also kind of exciting. For those of you who remember that little scene in Armageddon where Owen Wilson's like,
I got that excited, scared feeling, like 98% excited, 2% scared. Maybe it's more. It could be 98% scared, 2% excited, but that's what makes it so intense.
It's kind of like that. The thing that you are scared to try might be where the biggest growth is hiding. Number 4, what would you do differently if you had the year over again? So reflecting on your biggest successes, reflecting on your biggest mistakes, reflecting on risks not taken. If you could do it all over again, is there anything you would change about the year that has just gone in your business? Hopefully, this process shows you things that you could have done, but that you could still do. You still have an opportunity to do them again this year. And that's one of the beautiful things about running a business, is there's always an opportunity to try something new. Okay, so now let's talk about a little bit of the nitty-gritty, and that is money. So number 5, what was my gross revenue and my profit for the year? And was this more or less than I expected? Now, if you are watching this at the beginning of 2024 and we have just lived through 2023, it probably wasn't the best year. It wasn't the best year financially for a lot of people. The economy is in quite a challenging state here in Australia and in many other places in the world. And people have tightened their belts and have not been spending as much on discretionary items. So for those of you like me who run a business where you sell nice to haves but not essential to haves, you might have found that your expectations didn't quite match reality this year. Personally, I knew by the end of 2022 that we were in for a rough ride in 2023. So I anticipated that it was going to be a difficult year and there was going to be a reduction in revenue, and that panned out. And you know, this is where it's important to look at the larger trends in the world, not only in your business, but also the economy around you, and be aware of the impacts that that might have on your business going forward. Okay, so number 6, tightening the belt. Are you spending more money than you perhaps need to be spending or should be spending? Do you suffer from shiny object syndrome, where you buy too many materials or supplies because you just see them and love them and want to buy them and collect them like a little bowerbird going around feathering its nest with lots of pretty shiny things? You know, we all have the tendency to do that, especially those of us in the crafty world, because we see something that maybe we can make something with that, and then we buy it and it sits in our cupboard for years. So just think about this. question, look back on the year. Did I spend money in places that weren't valuable, that didn't give me a good return on investment? Yes or no? Where could I change that this year? Okay, so number 7 is about vision, and we're going to cover this in much more detail in the Handmade Business Boot Camp. I will let you know more about that a little bit later, but there is a link below if you want to check it out and find out more about it. But basically, does your vision for where this year would be, where you would be by the end of this year, just gone, does that match reality? And keeping in mind my previous answers in this questionnaire and this review, why do you think that is? Was it external factors? Was it internal factors? Most of the time it's usually a combination of both, but where can you see that you could have made a difference in order to better realize your vision for the year? And this might be related to number 8, which is time management. How well did you manage your time in this past year? Did you develop and stick to strategies that work for you? There are so many strategies out there, like it's kind of endless the amount of different time management strategies that exist. And of course, everybody's circumstances are different, but it's up to us to figure out the ones that work for us, that work for our personality and work for our lifestyle. Do you have a suite of time management strategies that work for you that you have developed and tested? If not, that might be something that you want to focus on at the beginning of this year. And we do touch on that in the bootcamp. Okay, so number 9 is about your sales, your number of sales. How did it compare to what you expected? And also, how did it compare to previous years? So this is obviously only if you've been in business for a while. If you can look back over a couple of years and look at your year-on-year results, were your sales on track? Were you growing? Were you shrinking? Are you where you expected to be by this time? Did the year pan out the way you wanted it to? And finally, number 10, where did you focus your marketing energies in the year just gone? Ask yourself whether your chosen marketing strategies were effective or whether perhaps there's something you need to change in the coming year. Were you spending time and money in the right places to grow your business and reach the right customers? Or were you wasting time and kind of messing about with your marketing without any true goal or direction for where you wanted your marketing to go, who you wanted to reach, and the outcome you actually wanted to achieve with it? Okay, so that is our 10 questions. Now, if you are a person who prefers to have things written down, I have a free download of these 10 review questions. You can grab a copy of that at the link on the screen, and I've put a live link in the description below as well. So you can go grab a hold of that and sit down and work through it at your leisure and have a copy of it to refer to throughout the year and in future years to do a little review of your business at any time. And if this has left you feeling a little bit at a loss, or you feel a bit overwhelmed, then I do invite you to come and join me for the Handmade Business Boot Camp, which is starting on January 8th, 2024. It's a live course over 3 weeks. You get a lesson each day, and also I will be running live coaching sessions throughout the course. It will help you to find clarity, focus, and put together a rock solid plan for your business this year going forward. Week 1 is all about purpose. Week 2 is all about planning, and week 3 is all about promotion. And this course is super duper affordable because all you need to do to take it is become a member of the Thriver Circle, my membership community for makers, which is via a monthly subscription. So I will leave a link to that below, and you can find out more about the bootcamp and decide whether you'd like to join us for this course. I love running this course. It's such a great way to start off the year, and people feel so much more calm and in control at the end of this bootcamp because you'll know exactly what you need to do for the year. You know exactly where you want to go and what you want to achieve. So I'd love to have you join us. And of course, don't forget to get your free download of the review questions if you'd like to get a hold of that. All of those links are in the description below. If you found this one useful, give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss my future videos on how to have a thriving and profitable handmade business. I will leave a link to the bootcamp right here. Thanks so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.